Global leaders convene in Paris Summit to address climate change. Introduction. The challenges posed by climate change have reached a critical juncture, demanding immediate and concerted action from the international community. In response to this urgent call, global leaders from nations across the world have converged in Paris for a landmark summit dedicated to addressing climate change. This summit represents a pivotal moment in the fight against climate change, with leaders coming together to forge agreements, set ambitious targets, and develop comprehensive strategies to mitigate the impact of global warming. In this article, we will delve into the significance of the Paris Summit, the key issues at stake, and the potential solutions that can shape a sustainable future for our planet. Chapter 1: The urgent need for climate action. A. The climate crisis. Examine the current state of the global climate crisis, including rising temperatures, extreme weather events, and the impact on ecosystems and communities worldwide. B. The role of global leadership. Discuss the pivotal role of global leaders in addressing climate change and the moral imperative to take action to protect the planet for future generations. Chapter 2: The Paris Summit, a turning point. A. The Paris Agreement. Explore the significance of the Paris Agreement, a landmark international treaty aimed at limiting global warming to well below 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. B. Commitments and goals. Examine the commitments and goals set forth by nations in the Paris Agreement, including emissions reduction targets, adaptation strategies, and financial support for vulnerable countries. Chapter 3: Key issues at stake. A. Carbon emissions. Discuss the critical issue of carbon emissions and the need for countries to reduce their greenhouse gas output to meet climate targets. B. Renewable energy transition. Explore the transition to renewable energy sources as a key solution to reducing carbon emissions and mitigating climate change. Chapter 4: The role of technology and innovation. A. Technological advancements. Examine the role of technological advancements in addressing climate change, including innovations in renewable energy, carbon capture, and sustainable agriculture. B. Climate resilience. Discuss the development of climate-resilient technologies and infrastructure to protect communities and ecosystems from the impacts of climate change. Chapter 5: Global cooperation and partnerships. A. International collaboration. Explore the importance of international collaboration in tackling climate change, including efforts to share knowledge, resources, and best practices. B. Public-private partnerships. Examine the role of public-private partnerships in driving climate solutions, including investments in clean technology and sustainable business practices. Chapter 6: Challenges and obstacles. A. Political and economic barriers. Discuss the political and economic barriers that have hindered progress in addressing climate change and the need for collective action to overcome these challenges. B. Climate justice. Examine the concept of climate justice, including the disproportionate impact of climate change on vulnerable communities and the need for equitable solutions. Chapter 7: Grassroots movements and activism. A. The power of grassroots movements. Explore the influence of grassroots movements and climate activists in raising awareness, mobilizing communities, and pressuring governments to take action. B. Youth activism. Highlight the role of young activists and the youth climate movement in advocating for a sustainable and equitable future. Chapter 8: The road ahead. A. The Paris Summit's legacy. Discuss the potential legacy of the Paris Summit and the importance of continued efforts to implement and strengthen climate commitments. B. Individual action. Examine the role of individuals in addressing climate change, including lifestyle choices, advocacy, and supporting sustainable practices. Conclusion. The Paris Summit stands as a symbol of hope and determination in the face of one of the greatest challenges of our time. Global leaders have come together to acknowledge the urgency of the climate crisis and commit to meaningful action. While the road ahead is fraught with challenges, the collective will of nations, the power of innovation,